Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Virginia and my channel name is Miss Vijijesh. Asanteni sana. Thank you so much for taking this opportunity to watch my video. I don't take it for granted. Asante sana. And I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to my biggest fan on my social media platforms. I have 3 social media platforms. 1 is this YouTube, 2 is the Instagram, and the 3rd one is the Facebook. And I'm so happy for the support that I have received from my fans from Facebook. Asanteni sana. Thank you so much. I feel the love, I feel the support. Maswali yenye mumetuma, asanteni sana. Nimeona maswali kwa YouTube na kuna zingine nimejaribu kujibu na kuna zingine bado na receive kwa Instagram na zingine receive kwa Facebook. And because of those questions, this has led us to our today's conversation. It comes from one of my fans on Facebook called Corins. If you are there watching this video, Corins, asante sana because you have made me to be creative and to create this video. So Collins alinitumia and akataka akaniuliza anataka kukuja Denmark, amefanya biochemistry, akaniuliza swali mzuri sana. He asked me a very good question about the working environment in Denmark. He has done biochemistry and he has been applying for jobs, and all the best, Corins. I can't wait to meet you here in Denmark. Ukipata hiyo job, maze, I'll be the proudest person and I'm inviting you on my seat so that you can come and share with us your experience ili tuweze kusaidiana. So Corins was asking me about the working environment and the what are some of the factors that one can consider to decide and to come and work in Denmark. And here are some of the things maybe you don't know, because there are so many people coming from America, coming from Canada, and coming from other European countries to come and work in Denmark. And here are some of the things that make these people to come and work in Denmark. And I hope by sharing this will encourage you also to look for a job in Denmark.
Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started.
Kitu ya kwanza, one of the factors that make most of the people, all that make the working conditions in Denmark more favorable than any other country. Ya kwanza, you get 5 to 6 weeks paid vacation. It's also called you get holiday money. So it's like you're going for vacation, at the same time you are receiving your monthly salary. Sijasikia another country where people they go for 5 to 6 weeks and they get paid. If you are in such a country, please comment on the comment section and let us know so that my people can also try and come to your country, because I find it very ni kitu poa sana. Like unaenda holiday, hauna zile ma stress like I have to save a lot of money. As far as you are working, you are entitled to get 5 to 6 paid 5 to 6 weeks paid vacation. Sawa, hiyo ni ya kwanza. Kitu ingine yenye iko Denmark, it's about the working environment. The working environment, there is an aspect of equality in the working environment. What do I mean by this? Like kama uko na manager ama yule mkubwa, they don't have that big gap with the other people who are working in that office. It's a Danish culture where they respect any worker. It doesn't matter your position in that company, but they have that respect. Unlike some of the countries where you find like you can't even talk to manager, or the manager can't even come to those people who are working on the bottom positions. So here they are very friendly, they are very open, and they take even time. You can find even a CEO or maybe a founder of a company coming and interacting with the people who are working on a very bottom position in the company. So I find it very interesting and very, yeah, it's so good. Like you're working and you don't have, you know, there is no that what do you call it, how can I say it, there is no hierarchy superiority, you understand? Yeah, there is no one who is so superior than the other in the working environment. All of you are equal. Are we together? Another thing that I find it very very favorable to work in Denmark is because you get 14 days sick off paid. When you get sick when you're working, you are entitled to take 14 days sick off in a year. So that is something else that I find, because sometimes you can find yourself you're working, but when you're sick, you're being told like you're not getting any payment because you are sick. But in Denmark, they have that culture where they pay you for the sick off. And another thing about the sick days off in Denmark, you don't get only one sick day off. You're entitled, if you get sick, you get 2 days sick offs. It's something that they encourage people to do, to get 2 days sick off. That make it like, you know, you are very sure about your feeling, how you are feeling, and they mind about your health. So there we go. Kitu ingine yenye unafaa kujua ni kama these times of corona, they adjusted the sick days, the sick offs, and they have made it to 14 days if you find out you have corona. So if you feel like you have corona and you call your employer, you are entitled to get 14 days off from the office until you recover. Then you can go back and you're gonna get your full salary. Huh? Able to sip. Another thing that can make you to pack your bags and decide you're coming to work in Denmark is because this is a country where we pay taxes, right? So we pay like 55% taxes. I think that the highest because they have these what do you call it? They hire your salary, they hire the taxes. So you pay the taxes according to your income. So, but I think the highest that one can pay is 55. I'm not sure, but I think the highest is 55. So, something very interesting in Denmark is that you pay the taxes, you go to work, you pay the taxes, but you see where your taxes are going. You understand? Because you never find there is a broken road, there are broken trains. When you go to hospitals, you won't be told like the hospital is full, there are no beds. You won't go like to the municipality offices or the public offices and you're being told, oh, we lack the printing or we are lacking this and this, so we can't address you. So that is something that I find it very conducive in Denmark. And if you are planning to come to Denmark, you'll see for yourself. Even the public means, if you are using the public means, they are very convenient and well maintained. And here we don't have like where I come from, hatuangaliangi kama umekuja na bus, umekuja na train, ama una drive. Everyone is equal, like they mind their own businesses and you do what is convenient with you. You're not forced, like all of us, we need to have a car so that you can go to the office. And because everywhere you go it's well maintained, so kama umetoka nyumbani ukiwa msafi, utafika kazini ukiwa msafi, hakuna dust. So there is no excuse like, oh, I need a car because nikifika job nitakuwa nime sweat, nitakuwa ninakaa dusty. No, Denmark kila kitu iko maintained. So that's another thing that makes Denmark very unique from other countries when it comes to work. So another thing I want to say is that working in Denmark, when you're working in Denmark, you'll find out that there is work-life balance. What do I mean by this? If you're working in Denmark, when you go to the office, you focus with the office. When you're out of the office, you forget about the office and you're doing your own thing. There is no overworking yourself unless you don't finish your assignment, of which they find it like craziness. But they make sure that if you're working in the office, you have to finish your work until the next day. That's when you'll go and continue with your task or your responsibilities. But when you're at home, you won't find people calling you, oh, okay, you didn't finish this, you didn't do this. And this, I'm talking about the white collar jobs. I'm not talking about the other jobs. But also, even on the other jobs, I am very sure they respect someone's space. Especially they mind about the family life. So when you're out of the office, they respect that you're spending that time with your family. So there's that work-life balance. You don't overwork yourself and you don't miss time to spend with your family. You always get that time to spend with your family, even when you're working. And another thing that make this work-life balance to work is because here in Denmark, people, they don't have crazy working hours. Like you'll find, like if you're full-time, if you're working full-time, it's 7 to 8 hours in a day and not more than that, unless you want to work more or you want to get what do you call it, like overtime payment, of which in the most of the white collar jobs, because the payment is so good, the salary is so good, you don't need even to work overtime. So 7 hours, it's okay for you. You can meet all your bills with that one job and with 7 to 8 hours in a day. So that's something that you should consider if you are planning to come and work in Denmark. So another thing is that there is this culture in Denmark where if you're working, all the employees, they find joy of work. So when you go to the offices, you'll find very happy faces because they love what they do. And this is contributed by the salary, the respect within the organization or the company. So you'll find someone is doing their work with a lot of joy. Unlike and then the working hours, they are not exhausting. So it's not like in countries where you work a lot, so you are exhausted. Even you tend to hate your job because of you are overworking yourself. So in Denmark, there's that joy of work. And then another thing that brings the joy of work in Denmark is because most of the people, they do what they are passionate about. So if you wanted to become a nurse, they choose to become a nurse. If you wanted to become a painter, you become a painter. And they do it very well and they are so happy with their job. Unlike some of us, where we come from, people, they go for that kind of a job because of the payment, or because because that's the only connection that you got when you're looking for a job. So in Denmark, that's so interesting when you're working in Denmark. Another thing that I will mention, in Denmark, especially in Copenhagen is among the cities where they are referred as most expensive cities to live in. But one thing that I like about working in Denmark and living in Denmark is because of the power of purchase, right? So, like, with whatever you earn, you can afford what you want in the shop or what you want to buy. So it's not like where I come from, the gap between the rich and the poor is so wide, and then when you go to the supermarkets or to the shops or to the malls, you find that it's only few people who can afford to get something like milk, like bread, like soap, the basic things. But here in Denmark, when you go to the shop they give you something that everyone can afford. If there is a bread, you'll find that there is a bread for 5 bob or 5 krona. There is a bread of 10 krona. There is another bread for 15 krona. So if you just take the commodity according to your earnings or according to your pocket. So even like the housing companies, they have different housing companies, and according to the area that you want to live, so it's according to your own income or your own earning that you choose the type of apartment or the houses that you want to live in. So there are different prices. Depending with the size of the apartment of the house, the area, and such things. So if you are earning a certain amount of money, it's up to you to decide what kind of a house you want to take. And it's always affordable for anyone because the prices ranges from bottom to very expensive apartments. So it's up to you to decide. And that one, I find it very interesting or very good, that one can live where they feel they are comfortable. You are not forced to take a very expensive apartment and then your income is not corresponding with what you are paying or your apartment rent or the payment. So before I end this video, I want to say that I want to point out, based with a question that I was asked by one of my fans on YouTube, here on YouTube, on the comment section. I think she's almost completing her time as an au pair, or the contract is almost ending. I don't know how much time you are remaining with before your contract ends, but this is what I have to say. If you are remaining with less than 6 months, you can make your applications, but you can't wait for your application. I don't know whether they have changed the rules, but the rules were, by the time I was an au pair, it was like if you're remaining with less than 6 months, then you have to exit from the country, but you can always make a new application. Another thing, if you're looking for a school, I will advise you to check different school. There is KEA, K-E-A, and there is Nielsbrock. So those are the some, and there are also CBS, Copenhagen Business School. You can apply to those schools because I think they have affordable courses whereby when you get admitted as a student, or when you get your student visa, you have 20 hours, you have 20 working hours, and that you can manage to pay for your tuition fee and pay for your accommodation. And sometimes you can even get support from home, but not a lot of support if you are such a hard worker, or if you are a hard-working person. The last one, I have a friend who is coming from Belgium, if I'm not wrong. She told me she's coming for PhD, and she was asking about accommodation. There are so many ways of getting an accommodation, and I think the most cheaper one and favorable for a student, you can get a curriculum, or you can look for a person who is having a big apartment and they are renting out a room. That is always affordable and very convenient for students. So how do you get to get all these? They are on the internet. You can check out apartments in Copenhagen. I don't know which side of Denmark you are coming. I don't know whether you're coming to Copenhagen or you'll be outside Copenhagen, but you can always check on those areas. There are internet Facebook groups where they offer apartments, curriculums, and all that information about renting out. And if you get started, always write to me and I will help where I can. I'm gonna end this video here. Thank you so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel. If you haven't, please press that red button, subscribe. We are heading to 900 and I thank God for that. And thank you so much for viewing my video, especially the last one, that the latest one that I uploaded. The views are amazing. Continue doing that and sharing with your friends, and also for giving me some ideas of some of the things that you want to know or you would like me to share. Asanteni sana. God bless you. Thank you so much. I love you guys.